Well, hello glue troopers, and welcome back to the Tarbus, where we got a little bit of work done today. And the wings are on the Felixstowe. And of course, every time I turn around, I'm having to make some kind of adjustment to it, but they actually, for as big as it is and the fact that it's a biplane, they actually went on with less argument than I would have expected. There was some usual, trimming a few things and getting everything to fit. And then of course, the lower wings go on first, and then the upper wings. Of course, you have to put the struts on the lower wings, and they are specific. There's only a couple of struts that are the same. The mirror image, but there are certain struts that this is the one place that strut goes. And that, if you don't keep that straight, of course, everything's not going to line up correctly, but pretty easy. There's only 6 struts on each wing, so there's only 12 you're dealing with. But the rigging, when I took a look at the rigging diagram, I was like, oh yeah, that's going to be a nightmare. But then I kind of backed off and took another look at it, and it's like, yeah, that's still going to be a nightmare. But it is what it is. I did use the last of the gas patch turnbuckles, but I put them up front because that's where they'll be the most visible. Rest of the airplane, you're probably not going to be able to see them anyway. I'm going to give it overnight to harden. Then I'm going to probably reinforce the glue bonds a little bit, just make sure everything's seated properly. And it does take it to have to use a little bit of a rubber band and everything to kind of hold things together. But the airplane balances out, sits on its little dolly without any trouble. Just accessing everything without breaking anything is going to be half the job. I'll probably use a combination of flex line and some of that silver thread that was sent to me by Trey. You guys, one of the viewers has started putting some of his models up on some YouTube videos. He does really nice work. He's just getting started into videos, so it's but he does like pilot specific aircraft. He's got a couple of videos up. I'll stick a link below. That's Trey, so maybe you can go check that out. And that's where we're at with the Felixstowe. I did get started painting the Lag 5 that I built on the road trip, and time for a lost part story. So right here, it's one reason I'm shooting at this angle today, where the airplane's sitting on top of that little resin bunker pillbox that was sent to me. I had the 2 wheels sitting there. I'd taken them off because, well, actually, while I was taking the airplane out, I dropped it. The wheels popped off, but they weren't glued on. And much to my amazement, the 2 wheels that I had to remove were the only thing that popped off that wasn't damaged. Typical, rugged Russian airplane. But I'd set the wheels, the prop, and everything up here that I was going to take off because they weren't glued in to begin with, because I wanted to spray paint it. I brush coated a primer coat on it and then sprayed it. But this is the stupidest thing. I reach up here to get the wheels so I can paint them black, and my finger just touches one of them, and it shoots backwards, hits the wall, and goes straight down under the desk, and under the desk is now where I have all the empty boxes stored. Like, you got to be kidding me. It's like I just touched that thing and like, no, that is somebody's idea of a sick joke. Well, be that as it may, I wound up pulling all the boxes out from underneath so I could find it, sweeping out this whole, gutting this whole area, couldn't find it. And it's white. I had taking the vacuum cleaner, the paint, everything. I looked underneath in case it had bounced onto the desk or one of the shelves. It just went to the land of lost socks. Fortunately, score one for the good guys. Went to my spares box and found an almost identical wheel. And as we all know, 6 months from now, I'll be moving something around, that little bugger will drop out when I don't need it. But there you go. The styrene gods will have their sacrifice. But that's where we're at today, and I am planning a live stream tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Don't really have much specific to talk about. Probably talk about box art a little bit and a few things, and some of the stuff I've kind of been talking about lately. And that's pretty much where we're at. So 2 o'clock East Coast time, providing nothing unforeseen crops up, we'll have ourselves live stream and go on for an hour or two, whatever you guys feel like going for. So come up with some stuff to talk about. And other than that, guys, we'll see everybody later. Hope you're having a wonderful evening, and model on. at least I did rearrange and organize the empty boxes below the table. So there's that.